it's your girl Miley, and I'm back with another video on my video diary series. And this episode is called Pretty Privilege, Pros and Cons. Okay? Because a lot of people don't talk about the pros and cons of having pretty privilege. We're gonna get into that. First things first, pretty privilege, what is it? What is it? It's the privilege that you get when you're pretty. Okay, very simple. It is the advantages that you get when you look good. Now, pretty is subjective, right? Let's just put that out there. To some people, I'm ugly as hell. And to other people, I got it going on, right? I do float my boat, okay? I don't think I'm the prettiest girl in the world, but I also know I ain't the ugliest, okay? Now, what got me to this topic was two things, right? Today at lunch, I walked outside and I had on my Sherpa. I'll show y'all what my Sherpa is. And I was walking outside and it's raining in LA right now. That's LA's kind of wintertime. So it's raining outside. So I'm walking outside. I got my Sherpa on. I'm just like, diddy bopping to the store, pause. But I get to the Taco Bell and I'm inside a Taco Bell. And when I tell you, when you in customer service or you're working some kind of way where you got to deal with people and you on your lunch or on your break, don't talk to me at that point in time. Don't talk to me. Stop what you're doing. Have some decorum in the Taco Bell. So like I said, I was in the Taco Bell. And I'm getting my lunch, right? And then I see one of the regulars from the spot where I work, and he comes in and he's like, "Oh, hey, you look good." And I'm like, and I try to go back into my phone to pay for my food. Then he just like, "Oh, let me pay for your food for you." I'm like, "I'm not allowed to let men pay for food for me. Thank you very much." And he just like, "Oh, you got a man?" I'm like, "I got a boyfriend." He was like, "Well, tell your man that he very lucky." I'm like, he knows. He's not one of those people that you want to entertain, per my energy, right? And at that moment, another individual saw the interaction, right? And I was just like, minding my business. So pretty privilege. I was about to get my lunch paid for, okay? If I was single and he was handsome and I was interested, different story. But that ain't the case. Even if I don't even, okay, that's the type of no that it was. Okay, it was a hard pass. I'm familiar with this individual. It was a hard pass. It was giving Bodega Corner, and I was like, no. But yeah, so another individual sees the interaction and I'm just like trying to bring myself back to being service. Now the man that's taking my order sees the situation. He's laughing and he brings over my stuff to the table that I'm sitting at. He just like laughing and nodding his head, and he looked at the guy, looked at me, it was like, and I was like, yeah, it happens, right? And he ended up giving me a free guacamole. Then I sit down, and then a third individual that saw the interaction the first time, he comes, he's just like, "Hey, I'm a photographer, are you into modeling?" And I'm like, "No, not really. I am, but not like, I'm not really, I'm like, yeah, it's okay. He just like, "Yeah, now take my Instagram." And I was like, "I gracefully decline your offer to continue this any further in any other kind of way. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you." It's nice to be, liked, and, people like what they see, but you almost, that's the pro, right? You get the free things or whatever, but it's also like sometimes you just want to sit there, you just want to mind your business, and then people back to back might just interrupt you. They don't respect your space. They kind of feel entitled to be able to say something. You have to kind of have energy back. Graceful energy I can give, but like the expectation that you're supposed to get something from me, what? But let's get into the real reason why I had this conversation. Now, I'm not into the whole like industry talk and all of that stuff, but girl, tea is tea. Okay, one homegirl to the Knicks. I was like, what's going on with this Diddy and Cassie situation? Because I've always loved Cassie. It's you now. I've been waiting and now. Her growing up in a hood, like Diddy was just a part of the culture, right?
I need a girl tonight,
you know, so it was just a part of you growing up and knowing that these were like famous people, celebrities or whatever, and you just grew to like them. They were a part of your childhood. There's memories. You danced in front of your mom and your aunties and your uncles, making the dances with your cousins and putting on shows in the living room and all of that. So we all did that. So I'm just growing up just knowing these people, and then you realize that there's all these things that's going on in their world, and it's a little freaky. Now I remember watching Step Up 2. Step Up to the Streets, to be exact. And Cassie was in that one. Really pretty. Like, she's naturally pretty. And anybody who's seen Cassie growing up, or you just seen her in your later years, you always thought Cassie was that girl. Like, she was just pretty. Like, she was with Diddy, yeah, but like, she was just that girl. She's out there. She had the half cut, still look good, okay? It's hard to rock a bald side and still look good, right? But when you get into the dark side of like how everything rolls out with her getting with Diddy, with her getting into that whole mansion in New York with the glass stairs and all of this wookie, like the stuff that we want, okay? When you get into the freak offs, Diddy wouldn't have did that if that girl was ugly. Duh. Diddy would not have done that. Diddy wouldn't have done it if that girl was ugly. But Diddy did it because that girl is pretty. I would say she probably was in the perfect spot, like being a hot commodity, being pretty, you know, like being hot in the new whatever. And he did bring her in, but I feel like there was a sweet spot where she could have definitely veered off and kind of still made it. But with Diddy being the hottest thing out at that time, you know, apparently he can make anybody famous, and you know, you want what you want, right? You want the fame, you want the fortune. You gonna do what you gonna do. But Cassie, to me, is like the perfect example to how pretty privilege can go wrong. When you hear all of the things that she was doing, that he made her do, that she did on her own to, like, I guess, like, prove her loyalty or prove that she could be the freakiest of the freaks, or, you know, just whatever it was that she was trying to prove to him to stay in the zone with him, the top girl. Official girl. Don't official girl make sense now? Official girl, I'ma make you my official girl. Oh! What? Don't it make sense? Listen, today makes it a year. Don't you think it's time that you made it clear? You gotta get off it. Tell me what it ain't or what it is. I can handle it. Oh. I was trying to tell you that we put it right in front of our face. And I'm singing it like I know that song from beginning to end. And then who was it that was, oh, it makes sense now. And I didn't even know that they was together at that time. Truth be told, okay? But I don't remember who it was that was sitting in the office chair when she like threw the stuff up in the air. She was like, I'm leaving. She got the sexy pictures like this. And she was just threw it up in the air and she walked out like a bad she is. It was Diddy that was supposed to have been him in the video. Like, could you believe that? I can't believe that. But you gotta believe that because that's what it was. Moral of the story. Pretty privilege is a privilege because it is a hard life to be ugly. Okay? I be feeling ugly sometimes. I'm probably ugly to you right now. But it's a hard life to actually be what society calls ugly, right? Because beauty is in the eye of the beholder, pretty is subjective. You might be ugly to one person, you might be the bee's knees to the next man, okay? But to be pretty, and it's like undeniable, right? Who I think is pretty, let me see. Did I show you my nails? Birthday nails? No. Like, to be an Adriana Lima, to be a Zendaya, to be a, let me see, to be like a, just to be like a pretty girl and people just treat you well, like a, you know, like a Tyler, you know, like a Coco Jones, okay, like a Zendaya, right? Ooh, like a Lori Harvey. That's where I'm going with it. You know, like a Ryan Destiny. That's another story. But like a Ryan Destiny, okay? Like you know, like that realm of a pretty, like a rich, like a deep, like a damn. Okay? That has to be carefully wielded. Okay? Because you could have the Cassie thing happen and have just men do what they want with you, even though you have full range to like keep your dignity and your essence. You have full range to be a queen, to like run it. The person that I would say does that very well would be Zendaya. She has that Beyonce essence where she keeps her life private, and you could be a Lori Harvey where you just getting these men and you making them sign NDAs. But I also just feel like they still got stories about you, about your body, about your, you know, I don't know. But you want to be able to wield your body and kind of carry yourself in a way like that. You know, like Lori Harvey may be doing her thing or whatever, but I remember I was like, dang, Lori, for the girls. She was with Trey, okay, with the toes on the face. I said,
that's how you work pretty privilege.
Okay? Period. You have to be, let me tell you, let me give y'all the keys, little sisters, big sisters, cousins, aunties, if you haven't learned yet. You have to be pretty and untouchable. That's the key to this whole mother loving thing. You gotta be pretty, untouchable, unlinkable, unquittable. Just un. That's the real 1%. But I just think when you're a fresh face, and you're really pretty, you have to be able to carry yourself in a way that's like, damn, I want that. Like, people have to be like, damn, I want to be around her. I want to get with that. I want to just be in her essence, or whatever the case may be. But you cannot follow me. You cannot. You shan't. You bet not. You will not. You cannot give these men your hoo-ha. You cannot give them none of it. No. You gotta be untouchable, unquittable. You just have to be. I don't care how cute they is. I don't care. Because the real way to find out if you that girl is if you can get a man to be loyal to you. If you can get a man to marry you without him having sex with you. Y'all not ready for that conversation. That's the real 1%. If you can get a man to be loyal, to truly love you, to not see no other woman outside of you, have the means to probably do, like, he handsome, he got money, he could if he wanted to, but he don't want to because you are the bee's knees for that man. That's the real 1%. Y'all spin the block when you got that, because the way y'all acting like just being out here being hoes is the business is just blowing me. This conversation done went all over the place, but you have to be able to be pretty, be humble, be fun to be around, but you have to have your defenses up. You have to be strong-minded. You have to be strong-willed. You have to protect that inner femininity from the world, because the men aren't menning the way they used to. The women aren't womening the way they used to. Okay? You have to be able to be a woman. You have to be able to protect your femininity, period. So let me know what y'all think about this video. We can keep talking about it because, as y'all see, I can talk, okay? And thanks to Honey Bunch for checking in with me.